spent my first night in an Airbnb, first time I've ever done this. And yeah, I was quite impressed actually. The price is very competitive and it has everything I need. I've got a clean bed, a room. Everything I need is provided. There's a fridge downstairs and the host is very friendly. Essentially a room in a house, but it's like 10 times cheaper than a hotel. And for the location I'm in, that's not too bad. I mean, I'm literally 5 miles away from the Tesla Fremont Factory. So this here is the actual cupboard, but in the UK, this is considered to be a room. I need to get up and ready, so yeah, I look forward to staying in a couple more of these. Right, so like I said before, I'm in Fremont, California. And the reason I'm here is because I want to go and see the Tesla factory. That's where they make electric cars. Now, all sounds fair enough, but you can only get in there on a tour if you own one of these vehicles, being a Model S or a Model X, or the original Roadster, or you know someone who's going on the tour who owns a Tesla. Now, that all sounds fair enough until you realise some of these cars are over $100,000, which means most people cannot afford them. And to top it off, if you want to go on this tour and you know someone who has a Tesla, they have to be in Fremont, California with you. So if they live thousands of miles away and they're not going, you're out of luck. But I've managed it. The person I'm going with hasn't just owned one Tesla, the Tesla Model S, but has recently upgraded to the Tesla Model X. That's the one with the falcon wing doors. Now, he has been on the tour before, a few years ago, and he was at the Model 3 event a few months back. But because he's got another car, that qualifies him to go again. And to top it off, this is a very important time for Tesla because they are ramping up the manufacture of the Model 3, the first mass-produced electric vehicle. For those of you who don't know, it's a $35,000 or about £30,000 electric car, which they aim to sell millions of. Keeping in mind, it charges on electricity, so fuel bills are extremely low. That, and there's a lot less maintenance costs involved. So to understand how I got here, I need to bring you up to date. And there's a story behind this. Now, I've known this guy for about 12 years. I know him, but he doesn't know me. Now, this guy's actually a YouTuber, and he used to put videos on the internet even before YouTube took off, around 2006. Now, I'm 32 now, but back then I was about 20, and I bought myself a PSP handheld games console by Sony. Now, I was googling how to do things on it you weren't supposed to, like run homebrew apps, and this guy's site comes up. So what those were educational videos on how to tinker with the device and do things that you weren't supposed to. Later it moved on to other things like iPhones and how to jailbreak them. So I was fascinated with this and followed the channel, and I used to watch most of the videos back then. So as the years went on, I tuned out, but I was still subscribed, so I occasionally saw a new video. And then about a year ago he started another channel to do with Tesla. What's happening with the company, news, Tesla ownership, what it's like. And it's really interesting because that's a company that I am also very interested in. And I'm really backing it to succeed. Tesla is going places, and a lot of people don't realise that yet. I hope they do well. They're probably going to be the size of Apple within 10 years. But that's where I got in contact with him. I randomly commented on one of his videos and didn't really think anything of it. And I explained that I was coming to the US this year, and he kindly offered to let me go as his +1 on the Tesla tour. So I told him the plans and when I planned to get here, and we set a date that was convenient for the both of us. Now, I've travelled in from the UK. It's also worth pointing out that Patrick has come a long way. He lives in Wyoming, which by car is about 20 hours from here, or 2 days drive. So I'm really thankful he was able to fit me around his schedule. So when the Model 3 was launched back in July, I was flicking between many live streams of the event. Now in the UK this is like 3 or 4 in the morning, so I was watching a few live streams. So there were streams from Patrick's Tesla trip, the Model 3 Owners Club, and the Now You Know guys. And I was excited to see what was happening. Now, I know that he's not, but because I've watched his videos for so long, over such a long period of time, it's hard not to see him like some sort of minor celebrity. So anyone who's watching this, picture this. You have a bunch of YouTubers that you are subscribed to, and some of them you've watched for many years. And then a day comes an opportunity that you get to actually meet one of them and maybe even appear in one of their videos for their channel. I think that's quite cool. Right, so he's going to be here in a little bit, so I better get ready. Hello, how you doing? I'm very good, thanks. Nice to meet you.
Hey, Leslie.
Right, so I've made it. I'm at the Fremont Tesla factory and we're about to go on a tour. I'm here with my friend Patrick from Tesla Trip. So we're going to go into the visitor centre now and wait our turn to see that. Unfortunately, I cannot film inside. We're not allowed to. So we're just going to give our general opinions afterwards as to what it's like. But again, we're limited as to what we can say. So yeah, I'm going to do that now. Right, so I'm inside the visitor centre at the Tesla building and I've just got my pass for the tour, which I should be doing in about an hour. Right, so I'm just having a little wander around. There's a nice little Model S behind me and there's different styles and trims for the actual car from the design studio. Got the gift shop behind me, I might buy a couple of items. And I've seen this on the TV, basically all the statistics to their supercharger network and all their fleet of vehicles. Very powerful stuff. And that is a Model 3, the Tesla Model 3. So you've taken a ride in this at the event, haven't you?
Yeah, so I got a ride in the Alpha and I got a ride in the shipping versions of this. So it's pretty cool. This is the first time I really got to see it in the daytime. Those events were at night. So.
Right. I mean, how does it compare to the X and the S? I mean,
so it's very surprising because it's smaller physically on the outside, but they optimized a lot of things on the inside. So in the back seat, it actually felt like it was a little bit bigger to me than my S. Just in terms of the headroom, probably because of the glass roof.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more head space.
Yeah.
And because there's actual compartments and cup holders in the doors, that extra 2 inches that you're losing on the sides is back again. So it's almost like it's...
So they're kind of fitting more space.
Yeah. So the inside of it is like an S, but you're losing your trunk and your front space a little bit.
Okay, so they fit more room into smaller areas.
Yeah. So the cabin's about the same, but the outside's smaller.
Wow.
Squished it.
Yeah.
It's a TARDIS.
Yeah. It is a TARDIS, yeah, that's a good reference. It's bigger on the inside, people.
Yeah.
That's the Model 3, and hopefully they're going to go into mass production in the next few months. So
this is going to be cool. Last time I was here, it was only about 1,000 Teslas a week, and now they're looking at doing like, what, 7,000 a week with the S, the X? No, it'd be... Well,
I think it's 1,500 by sort of this month
for the 3, but they're already doing 2,000 a week now.
Wow, I mean
for the S and the X.
Right, and I think it's by Christmas it's about 5,000 a week they're aiming for. Is that just the 3, or is that all together, you reckon?
I'm saying all together inside the factory.
So by Christmas they're hoping to make about 5,000 cars per week, and then next Christmas they're hoping to ramp it up to 10,000 a week. So that's 500,000 cars a year, 500,000, and hopefully by 2020 they'll be hitting the million mark, which is true mass market potential, isn't it? So yeah, we're about to go on the tour, and are you looking forward to seeing manufacturing hell?
I can't wait.
Can't wait. So yeah, we're about to do that now, and tune in afterwards.
So it was still an hour-long tour, and they stopped at one point, and we got to go up and walk on some of the stairs and see levels above where you can see all the cars actually getting put together by the robots before they're welded. Yeah,
because today we were just exclusively on the little tram things that go round and they take you on the little tour.
And then there's things that they've talked about, before, and I think it's okay to talk about them because they already talked about them. They named all the bigger robots, like was it Wolverine and Iceman?
Yeah,
are
so
the
it's
biggest
after comic book sort of Marvel type stuff.
So they're the biggest CUDA robots in the world, and they transfer from one assembly line to another, the Model S and X's.
Straight up and straight over, yeah.
Yeah, and we can't talk about the other car, apparently, too much, although we did gather a lot of information, so that's cool. It sounds like everything's going according to plan. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
good.
Yep, the manufacturing hell, definitely. But yeah, I think they'll hit their targets.
So we're going to drive over to Santa Clara, California, and meet with Alex Uberman of Everything Tesla and have some coffee. So you can join us as we drive along and talk about the Tesla tour. And hopefully not getting wrecked. We've got all these cameras everywhere.
There's like 6 cameras in it. Because I've got mine for my channel, which I've just started up. I'm basically here on holiday. Pretty much travelling across the US in a sort of vlog style. I'm just making up to go along, but yeah, so I've started off in San Francisco, and the Tesla tour is part of that, because Patrick here has kindly let me go along as his +1. Yeah.
It was interesting, in the parking lot we got to see a Model 3 VIN number 3.
And it was low down on the numbers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What number was that again?
VIN number 3.
Number 3. Because of course Elon had the first one gifted to him for his 46th birthday, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I don't know who got number 2, but number 3, I mean that's obviously, well, it's a one of a kind, isn't it?
Yeah. So I imagine number 3's got to be somebody pretty high up there at Tesla.
Definitely.
We gotta look it up and see who it is.
Yeah.
He came out and he said hi to us.
Yeah. I mean,
He was getting in his car and
I didn't recognise him. It wasn't Elon. It wasn't Strabel. So
yeah, Strabel or Franz.
Yeah. But it's probably up there in the management, I'd imagine, in the same sort of hierarchy.
So I do not know the area too well, so I'm going to be using the guidance system of this Model X, and it'll kind of chime in every once in a while.
You know it better than me, though. I mean, I only arrived for the first time in the US 2 days ago, and yesterday I was driving about, saw the Golden Gate Bridge, and
in 0.1 miles, turn left onto Access Road 162.
So,
yeah.
What was one of the things that he said? Oh, here's a bunch of Teslas in front of us. This is the 4th set that we saw since we got here, leaving the factory, full of Teslas.
Yeah, it's literally on that little loader with like what, 4, 5, 6, 8.
Yeah, so our factory tour guy, Adam, he was the one at the beginning of the Model 3 delivery event. That was kind of he announced Elon coming on stage.
Yeah, I only realised that when you told me earlier, and yeah, so when he, as you just said, he obviously introduced Elon onto the stage for the Model 3 launch. So on the tour we had, I think Adam. So if anyone's got the is in California and is lucky enough to get on the Tesla tour, Adam, he gave a fantastic tour. He was very theatrical and funny, and yeah, he gave a very good
performance.
Yeah, it's almost a performance. You know, that guy belongs on Broadway. It was very entertaining, and we really enjoyed it.
It's interesting because the other lady that was giving the tour, a tour before us, she didn't look nearly as energetic coming off of the tour.
No, but you see why they hired him, because he knows what he's talking about. He very informative. Even for me from England, he was converting all the figures and numbers into the systems that I'm used to. So I understood it better. So he wasn't. So even though he's done it a lot, he wasn't really scripted. To doing this, he was sort of improvising as he went. But then he's probably done it so many times before. He's probably used to it. But yeah, that was fun.
Oh, something stopped recording.
That's my battery. Luckily we've got multiple cameras. Yeah.
So this is weird. It's red.
We have to cut all this bit out, won't you? I have got batteries, I just got to get them.
So I'm from Wyoming and we don't have traffic like this. And I'm normally not recording a show with a whole bunch of cameras. So if my driving is a little bit less than perfect, that would be why.
Yeah, but my batteries just ran out on my camera, so I'm just about to try and get that one up and running.
We'll let the Tesla do the driving because this is crazy. Got 6 lanes of traffic and everybody's all angry and wants to go home. So this is the new Autopilot 2.0 hardware on this Model X, and it just got a software update late last night. And the rumor, and I can say it's true, is it's better. This is the Silky Smooth update. I've been saying it was supposed to come out a month ago or so, but it's definitely improved. Like, it's still not perfect, but
they're getting there, aren't they?
Yeah, every little update is just a little bit better. It's braking a little bit smoother. It tries less frequently to kill you. You know, it's good. It's like right now we're kind of braking a little hard, but that's because the guys in front of us are, or the guys in front of the guy in front of us is. It's back to showing 2 cars in front of us, so it can see through the car, or technically bounce the radar underneath the car in front of you to see that car. Hey, there's Seagate. So if anybody has any hard drives, these are the guys that probably make one of the ones you've had in your lifetime.
My camera's now back up and running.
When I was here for the delivery event, my Uber driver said that she had a friend that worked for Tesla, and she said they loved working there. They said it was great, which is in opposition to what was it, the labor unions that are trying to say that Tesla is horrible to the workers and that it's full of accidents. And you were in there. We were pretty happy.
Everyone seemed pretty happy.
And it looks really clean for a factory.
It does. It's very bright and vibrant.
Not quite as clean as the last time I was there, but they're making a lot more cars.
There's a lot more manufacturing going on.
I saw dust this time.
yeah. But, you know, it's all white and airy and bright in there. And even when we're going around on the actual the train, a lot of the workers, when they saw us, they waved to us and they're friendly and happy. And, yeah, I mean...
I think they're nuts to make a manufacturing place all white. but
no, but you don't want to go into somewhere which is dark and gloomy and depressing. You want it to be open. And, you want it to be.
No, there's still some fluids and greases and stuff that are in the car, but generally, you know, there's not as much oil and things.
No, because
so it's a little bit cleaner by nature.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, you know, I mean, they're not producing ice cars. I mean, one of the strengths of Tesla is that they are focused 100% on electric cars and renewable energies, while all their competitors of Ford and GM, they have to try and juggle 2 things at once. Yeah, they're trying to do EVs now that the market's going that way, but they also have their, you know, what their infrastructure is for ice cars, and so they're trying to do 2 things at once. And I don't think they can compete as well, can they? At least in the near term.
Yeah, judging by just all the Teslas I see in the area around here in California, and there's all the trucks that I've been seeing on the interstate on my 1,000-mile drive this way, you can definitely see why all the other automakers are scared. They literally took over the luxury market.
Yeah,
it's like they're killing the competition.
And now they're aiming for the next one down,
right?
The more mainstream.
So they got everybody shaking in their boots now.
Yeah. I mean, okay, $35,000 for a car is a lot, but when you realise that your fuel it's just electric and it's either cheap or free if it's grandfathered. Well, maybe not with the Model 3, but it's still quite cheap compared to gasoline.
Yeah, at least half or a third the cost.
Yeah, and then
depending on factors.
Yeah, then there's maintenance. You haven't got all your gears and transmission, clutches and things like that. It's just literally, how many moving parts did you say is in a normal combustion engine? Like hundreds.
They said there's over 300.
Yeah, and how many parts are in a Tesla engine? How many moving parts?
Yeah, so no engine, motor, one part.
One moving part.
That's now, the gear.
Yeah, even when you're reverse, nothing moves. The engine just goes backwards. It just changes direction. Polarity changes. So, as far as simplicity, there's less to go wrong, which gives them a huge advantage over all the.
As a Tesla owner and enthusiast, I have to admit there are little problems with the Teslas. But they're all little problems. They're not things that are going to leave you stranded on the side of the road 99.9% of the time. There's little things like doors or they hit the alignments or
but any company
wind noises, little tiny things.
And all companies are going to get these teething problems, which will be ironed out over time. Tesla are quite good at that. It's like with the release of the Model 3. They're not just going straight into mass production, because if there's a problem, they can iron it out. They've done it they've sold to the employees.
The current Model S's that are coming off the line, I don't hear any complaints. No. There's a lot of people saying they've never had to take them in for any issues. Great. Model X, there was a lot of complaints when they first came off the line.
But they learned from it.
Yeah, they learned from it and they're better. Still a couple little issues they still haven't nailed down yet, but hopefully they'll get them all. And they don't leave you hanging too. They're not like, oh, just live with it. They fix it.
Yeah.
So
And they aim to please their customers.
yeah.
I mean, at the Model 3 launch event, which Patrick was at, Elon sort of said, we put a lot of effort into this car. We love what we do, and that's true. They put a lot of thought, and they put their heart and soul and sweat and tears into the design of that car to make it a good product.
So there's something I think we can say, because it wasn't said inside the factory, but there was a little bit of information given to us, and Elon's talked about it, but we just heard a little bit more in detail, is how automated the Model 3 line is going to be. And it was just amazing. He was just talking about it, and it's going to be super duper automated.
Absolutely.
And very, very efficient.
He goes on about the machine that makes the machine, and that it may be 1,000 times more complicated than just manufacturing one thing, but that is pivotal to the whole Model 3 ramp. The machine that makes the machine is quite important.
Right now there's a lot of people running little parts around and stuff, and apparently they've automated a lot more of that.
Yeah.
So there's more people doing things that could be simply done automated.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I don't know how long I'm going to make this.
That's the beauty of editing.
But we're
just pick the best bits.
We're getting pretty close to our destination, so we should probably wrap it up.
Yep.
Overall, what do you think of your experience at the factory?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, just being in the US itself, to me, I'm on sort of the other side of the planet right now. Well, about a third of the way round, and I mean, I'm a big fan of Tesla, and I've been following them for a few years. So I'm very impressed.
I'm excited because when I was there last, they were making significantly less amount of cars. I think they were making like 500 a week, and now they're going to be making like 5,000 a week.
Yeah.
And you can see it, and they're busy and they're successful. There's cars coming off the line.
Exactly.
Just a few years ago, there were still people thinking, they're probably not going to be successful. Nobody's going to buy these big expensive cars. They'll never make a Model 3.
Maybe in time, if you get a Model 3, you can go for a third time.
Yeah. So there's they got the Model 3. Exactly. The X's and X's are flying off the line.
Once they start doing Model Y and the semi-truck, whether it'll be made in that factory, we don't know, because they'll probably launch a few more gigafactories by then. But next 3, 4, 5 years.
They're saying they might be able to cram the Model Y in there. A couple different sources said that.
Wow.
So it's interesting. It was yeah. I mean,
they really are utilising the space, whether it's the Gigafactory or Fremont. I don't know what we can say, but it's known that they're trying to get all these efficiencies, and they add up.
Well,
they did the same with SpaceX.
Yeah, they said before, a lot of the powertrain is being made for the Model 3 at the Gigafactory. So over here they make the Model S and X powertrains here in Fremont, but the Model 3's battery packs and their powertrains are being made at the Gigafactory. Right. So that saves a lot of space.
It does, and probably transportation, because obviously they've got to manoeuvre things around between locations, between different places. Yeah. So again, it's.
Well, for my channel, thank you guys for watching this little update on my cool little factory tour and hanging out with Wesley. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your last name.
My last name, Jago.
Jago?
Jago. Close enough.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Loads of people get my name wrong. It's not a very common name. I use it in my vlogs at the beginning, where I'm basically just starting out as a YouTuber. But my name is unique. I'm the only Wesley Jago in the world.
But yeah, guys, check out his channel. It's fun. It's really neat figuring out what is the process to come over and get like an international driver's license.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still trying to find my feet and figure it all out. But these things have to start slow, and eventually, as long as you don't give up, things can grow. And I hope to gain some more subscribers. And it's a hobby at the moment. Just see where it goes.
Yeah. So he's going to be. Well, I don't know if you want to say you're on holiday or
I'm on
vacation. And please subscribe to my feed and catch the rest of my trip back.
Yep. And obviously for my channel, I'll put a link to Patrick's channel. You got your current channel is your Tesla trip, and you've got your older channels, which are twosmartguys.com.
See you guys.
Yeah. See you guys. Bye.